Dear Zaya, you're probably wondering why I said Dear Zaya and not Dear Zion. We're Zaya now. You have officially come out to everyone, and you love.
People like to talk about Zaya's transition. To me, Zaya hasn't transitioned into anything.
Dwyane Wade likes to talk about everything good about his son except the elephant in the room. You can't bring a man dressed like a woman in front of me and expect me not to say, what the hell is...
Believe that isn't how you want to run your family. I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular sentiment.
Two of the people speaking most openly about Dwyane Wade's family situation include Corey Holcomb and D.L. Hughley, who have not shied away from criticizing his approach in public discussions. And to be clear, this is not about attacking his child, Zaya Wade. Critics argue that Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union often respond very strongly to anyone who voices a different opinion on the topic. Some recall moments where Gabrielle Union was accused of reacting sharply toward public figures who disagreed with how the family addressed discussions around their child's transition. Dwyane Wade has also faced criticism for pushing back on people who believe major life decisions should not be made at a very young age. And this debate has not been limited to social media commentators alone. Reports have also circulated suggesting legal disputes involving Zaya Wade and custody-related disagreements within the family. And some online voices have even made allegations about financial motivations connected to the attention surrounding the situation. So let's break down why this entire issue continues to divide public opinion so heavily. First, Dwyane Wade has stated in interviews that Zaya Wade began expressing awareness of their identity at a very young age, including early childhood.
He's the one who sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay, right? I identify myself as a young lady, but she's known that for 9 years.
She's known since she was 3.
She's known since she was 3 years old.
Some critics argue that the claim about Zaya Wade knowing she was trans at just 3 years old is being interpreted too simplistically. At that age, a child is still developing a very basic cognitive understanding of things like social roles and everyday identity cues. However, developmental specialists often point out that a child does not need to understand the word trans to express feelings about themselves. What they usually emphasize is that a sense of identity in early childhood can show up in ways that are not fully verbal or structured. So from that perspective, it is not necessarily as too abstract as some people online are suggesting for every single child. And yes, it is also normal for young boys to experiment with things like clothing, toys, or activities typically associated with girls. The same goes in reverse for girls, and in most cases, that behavior is part of general exploration rather than a fixed conclusion about identity. Dwyane Wade has said in interviews that he observed moments like his child placing a shirt on their head and showing interest in dance lessons, and he has described those early observations as part of what shaped his understanding of his child's identity over time.
Hey, let's play this. I have a child at home that's like, I don't want that. I want to go, Dad, I want to take dance lessons. Oh, okay, well, let's go to dance. I have a child at home, when I come home, she got the shirt wrapped around her head, like it's like long hair. I got a child at home that I'm watching wear certain things that's different than what I would buy for.
Listen, a young boy picking up dance shoes doesn't automatically signal a lifelong desire to switch genders. It's far more probable that a parent is projecting heavy adult narratives onto a child's simple hobby. Hold up, do we really think a kid just independently mastered a concept that complex? But in the minds of Dwyane and Gabrielle, these signs meant Zion was destined to be a girl. And you won't believe this next move. They actually cleared the path for a legal name and gender swap at only 15. But wait, the plot thickens. Allegedly, the couple was even eyeing surgical options for Zaya until the biological mother stepped in to stop it. In late 2022, Siobhan Funches filed a legal blockade to prevent any permanent surgeries before the age of 18. She voiced a terrifying concern that Dwyane was essentially forcing this medical transition just to chase a paycheck. In her official court statement, she said, "I have serious worries that Dwyane is pushing our child toward this name and gender change specifically to cash in on corporate deals." According to her legal team, massive brands like Disney were reportedly dangling contracts if the gender transition actually went through. Girl, Siobhan literally claimed Dwyane confessed to her that Zaya's transition was a massive financial goldmine. She stated, "Dwyane told me he planned to make our child a superstar through this gender gender controversy and mentioned the heavy endorsements that came with it. On top of that, Siobhan alleged she was totally ghosted from every major decision regarding Zaya's life. But here is the real kicker. Per the divorce settlement Dwyane signed with his own hand, he swore he wouldn't make medical calls without Siobhan's direct input. So, if her claims are legit, Dwyane basically trashed his own legal vow just to keep her out of the loop. Regardless, the judge eventually shut down Siobhan's legal petition. According to her, the only reason he walked away with a win was by using his massive wealth and celebrity status to tilt the scales. But this is where things get truly bizarre. For Dwyane and Gabrielle, winning the right to legally flip Zaya's identity before adulthood wasn't enough. Now, they're demanding that the entire world stays silent and never offers a single word of pushback. But how do you blast your family drama to the masses, expose your child's private life for clout, and then get mad when people have thoughts? This is exactly why Corey Holcomb went off recently, dragging Dwyane Wade for trying to bully the public into staying quiet.
Bring a man dressed like a woman in front of me and expect me not to say, what the hell is this? Because the first thing I'm gonna ask you, if your son got on lipstick, dress, wig, makeup, I'm gonna ask you. So, where do you think he got this from?
But Corey went even further with it. He suggested that perhaps Dwyane's kid, Zion, didn't just wake up one day and choose to rock dresses and nail polish for no reason. Girl, he's hinting that the child might have actually witnessed his own father doing the exact same thing first.
Hey, all you gotta do is look at D-Wade nails.
He got his nails painted.
You gotta see this, dog. D-Wade been dressing like this. He used to wear the capris. D-Wade don't want the smoke like his son want the smoke. His son don't care. Right. I don't care. This is who I am. But D-Wade wants to try and make it seem like this is something, he wants to make it seem like something's wrong with you for not just accepting this for what it is.
Now, let's get into this whole nail situation. Dwyane isn't just out here casually painting his nails for the aesthetic. He actually went on the record saying he's looking to drop his very own line of nail polish.
Nails.
Don't get a close-up of my nails.
No.
Right, listen, I've been on the road. I'm gonna do like this.
But we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for it?
Expression.
Expression.
Yeah, expression. You know, I'm creative. I'm expressive. And there's so many ways to do that.
Your nails look better than mine.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They do.
Don't do that.
So when are we getting the new manicure?
You know, I'm working on, I'm thinking about, like, I'm actually thinking about jumping into the nail line. Like,
oh, really?
I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Like, I've been in it so long and I'm like, you know what? It could be a good time, but I got some cool ideas that I'm exploring.
But wait, there's even more to the story. Dwyane previously let it slip that back in the day, he used to low-key sneak into his sister's closet to try on her dresses and high heels.
Kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When all my sisters did, I try to do those things. So when my child came home at 8 years old, it was an assignment that was done at school. An assignment at school would say, tell me about yourself. Where Zaya took the time to say, I'm black, I'm this, and I'm gay. At the time, Zaya said, I am gay. Different than what you probably thought I was, Dad. I don't want to play basketball. I'm not a boy. You are going to be who you're going to be. It's my job to try to put you in the best positions to help you reach that goal of who you want to.
So Corey Holcomb's whole argument is that perhaps Zaya's biological mom was actually dropping facts the entire time. Listen to this. He's suggesting Dwyane might have pushed the transition because he's the one actually battling his own identity crisis. Now, we have to talk about Gabrielle because she's been right in the thick of Zaya's transition from day one. Honestly, she's even more intense when it comes to shutting down anyone who doesn't agree with their parenting. Check out this Boosie situation for a perfect example. Boosie previously dragged Dwyane and Gabrielle, claiming they crossed a massive line by letting Zaya legally swap names and genders before 18. But Gabrielle immediately clapped back with the ultimate no you card, hinting that Boosie is actually the one confused about his own orientation.
Good, you know. Sorry, Boosie. He's so preoccupied.
Yeah, he is. Very much
almost
so.
Like thou doth protest too much, little booze.
I'm gonna look.
You got a lot of on your mind.
I mean, it's
Throw
like
that out there.
It's like Zaya and Lil Nas X living his head.
For free, rent free.
Like what?
It's like, sir, something you want to just go ahead and tell us. This is a safe space. We can be your sanctuary.
Perhaps that safe space was not provided for him. And
I don't
that's
think he
why
had a safe
He did not.
But you already know Boosie wasn't about to sit there and let Gabrielle get the final word. He absolutely flamed her on social media, firing back with, "Lol, the whole world knows I'm into women and the whole world knows your husband is into men. Hope you don't think black people look at y'all like a power couple." Girl, they really don't. He even added, "I've been turning down interviews just to avoid talking about y'all, but here you go. Go play with him and that toy while you wait on a movie script, you little white girl." Ouch, that had to sting. But Boosie was just getting started with the shade. He later hopped on a sit-down with DJ Vlad to really break this drama down, and he straight up called Gabrielle a hypocrite for trying to use being gay as an insult when she claims to be such an ally.
I'm one of the people who stand on this. So for her to say that, it makes her a hypocrite also.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to talk about nothing that goes on with those situations, but you're saying somebody has on their mind. So if you do got on your mind, you feel some type of way about that. Baby, you a hypocrite, baby.
Oh, so she's gay bashing you, basically.
That's you gay bashing me. Are you gay bashing? You're a hypocrite.
She is literally supposed to be the face of this movement, so for her to drop a comment like that, it proves she is nothing but a total hypocrite. Facts. You're out here demanding that everyone stops discussing these sensitive topics, yet you're out here questioning what's on a man's mind? Listen, if you're obsessing over what he's thinking, you clearly have some hidden feelings about it yourself. Sweetie, you are a walking contradiction, baby. Oh, so she's basically out here gay bashing you then. That is straight up gay bashing me, and for what? You are a massive hypocrite, and this leads us right to DL Hughley. He actually backed Boosie up, saying Gabrielle and Dwyane need to wake up and realize that once you put your life on blast, people are going to have thoughts whether you like it or not. Plus, the fact that Gabrielle tried to expose Boosie as not being straight like it was some kind of flex, honestly, that tells us everything we need to know about her.
I think that I can respect the love and protection that they feel for your parents, from their parents. I think loving your child without recriminations is required of us. It's also disingenuous to believe that people aren't going to have an opinion of that.
Yeah.
If you make these things public, there are people going to have public assessments of it. It certainly doesn't make Gabrielle and Dwyane bad parents. But it doesn't make Boosie gay because he has no opinion with it.
Regarding Dwyane and Gabrielle giving the green light for Zaya's transition before she hit 18, DL didn't hold back. He basically said, look, if you're still crashing under your parents' roof and need a chaperone just to see a doctor, you definitely aren't mature enough to be making massive, life-altering calls. Hold up, he's got a point, because how can you sign off on forever when you still have a curfew? It's a wild take, but it really highlights the massive divide between being a supportive parent and pushing a minor into adult-level medical territory.
To me, you're not grown till you leave my house. You're not going. If you're still going to a pediatrician, if you need my permission to go to a movie, then I'm going to have a say in what happens. If you believe that isn't how you want to run your family, I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular sentiment.
Look, at the end of the day, Corey Holcomb and DL Hughley aren't dropping these takes just to be mean to Zaya. They are simply voicing exactly what a ton of people are thinking, but are way too terrified to actually say out loud. The reality is that Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union have been gaslighting, guilt-tripping, and straight up insulting anyone who dares to ask a logical question. And the wildest part is, they're the ones dragging their own child into the blinding spotlight and forcing them into these heavy adult-themed debates. So listen to this. Dwyane and Gabrielle absolutely cannot have it both ways. You can't transform your child's private transition into a massive public brand. Inc. corporate endorsement deals and do endless interviews about it. You can't flood social media with every detail and then try to play the victim card the second the public shares an opinion you don't like. Girl, you opened that door yourself, so don't be catching an attitude when people decide to walk right through it and speak their truth. But now, I really need to hear from you guys on this one. Do you honestly believe a 15-year-old has the maturity to legally swap their gender and start a permanent medical transition? Are you buying Dwyane's story that Zaya knew she was trans at only 3 years old? Or does that feel like a parent pushing their own narrative onto a toddler? Get loud in the comments with your thoughts, and make sure you stay tuned for the next deep dive.